Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to Season 2 of Luminous Clan in ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generated game. When we left off in the previous episode, Slumber Roach had died from old age, and there was even more clan drama. We had Dark Pounce, who just before Slumber Roach died decided she was kind of sick of him getting to have kind of all the romance he wanted in his life with two mates. And she was stuck trying to be faithful to him, so she confessed to Dark Pounce, who turned her down. And following that, we had Buttercup Dusk, who had been spending way too much time with Slumber Roach in his final moments, and Slumber Roach put some ideas into Buttercup Dusk's head, which made him want to have a relationship with Rowan Pelt, along with the mate he currently has, Stone Speck. So he tells Stone Speck about this, and she said, okay, well, if you need to get it out of your system, you go and tell him. And then Rowan Pelt rejected Buttercup Dusk, and hopefully now he will sit still and be faithful to Stone Speck. Because honestly, Slumber Roach is not necessarily the ideal of the society. He's not the moral police here that we should be listening to, right? So anyways, this episode, we are going to have our one and only apprentice that we are currently harboring in the clan. Well, harboring sounds like he's a fugitive, but you know, we are raising in the clan. And raising training, he is going to become a warrior. So let's go ahead, guys, skip a moon and see what Daypor is going to become. One, what is he going to look like? I feel like he's gonna look a lot like Plum Raven, but we'll see. And also, will his bloodthirst finally be trained out of him, or will it just become a very, very powerful and concerning part of his identity? Let us have a look. We don't have any birth and death notices. That is fine. Luminous Clan does not have enough healthy medicine cats. Cats will be sick/hurt for longer and have a higher chance of dying. With the heightened focus of the clan, 22 additional pieces of prey were gathered. At the gathering, Shade Clan's leader discusses a problem with a dog near their border. Lyastar is quick to volunteer Luminous Clan's warriors as reinforcement, should the need arise. Even though we barely have any new warriors. Oh well, I was gonna say barely any warriors, but we do have a new warrior. So, I suppose we have enough. Okay, Shade Clan, we want to go ahead and praise Lynx Clan next time. Grace Wipe has gotten heat exhaustion. Buttercup Dusk has gotten heat stroke. And you know, guys, I'm thinking, Lyastar is confident. What was Mistar? We're gonna have to check. But I don't think we've had a particularly, violent clan leader, right? We haven't. And that's why I always go ahead and just do the praise. But, for example, if we had a leader with a questionable personality, then we would go ahead and start offending clans. So right now, it's not something we need to worry about, but in the future, I don't know. I'd have to see. Either that, or I might work out a system. If I want to play around with the offending clans and wars and stuff, I might work out a system where maybe we kind of roll, we randomize it to see whether we offend or praise a clan or who we offend or praise. I might, you know what, maybe I'll start doing that from the next season. Maybe I'll start doing that from next season. For now, I want to stick to what we've been doing, which is trying to ally with everyone. But it would be interesting, regardless of the leader's personality, to see how crazy things become. But okay. Continuing, Stone Speck has gotten heat stroke. Oddsnarl can walk and move without pain. His sprain must have healed. Okay, that's good. And finally, Lyastar has been following the progress of Daypor for moons and feels that it is finally time for him to get his warrior name. He is granted the name Dayprance in honor of his valor. I actually don't mind the name Dayprance, but it is a hilarious name if he actually is still bloodthirsty. That would be very, very intriguing. But let's take a look at him. And, oh, Dayprance looks kind of different. He looks, I think out of all the cats, in terms of like patterning and maybe coloring, I think he looks the closest to Plum Raven. But he's different. Not quite as similar as I thought he would. Day Prince looks like a prince, and even his name, like Prince, you know, Day Prince. I mean, he is a bit of a prince of the Luminous Clan, I feel. But let's take a look at him. It's still bloodthirsty, oh my goodness. Okay, well guys, I'm very curious to see what he actually learned from his mother, considering his trait hasn't changed at all. But he is a bloodthirsty, a talented swimmer, and fast runner. So not only is he bloodthirsty, he is also very, very capable. I see you, Day Prince, you handsome prince. Okay, let's see what he learned from his mother. He was mentored by Stonespec. Stonespec influenced him to be more likely to follow the status quo and stay collected. Stonespec helped him become better at swimming. When he graduated, he was honored for his valor. Okay, so following the status quo, I kind of like to interpret that as Day Prince has grown up with a very strict set of beliefs about his importance in the clan, the importance of triple bloodlines, and, you know, being the best of what the clan has to offer. And even though in his kind of later days as apprentice, he kind of learnt from his father and a lightless cat that had come in temporarily, he learnt that Luminous Clan shouldn't get too cocky. They should kind of, you know, humble themselves, because the whole reason they exist is to serve, in a way, the lightless cats and help guide the lightless cats. Without the lightless cats, luminous cats wouldn't exist because there would be no purpose for them. Despite that, Day Prince still feels as though there is an element of superiority to him within the Luminous Clan and Luminous Clan within the mountain. Because without them, lightless cats would be living the miserable lives that they had been for generations beforehand in utter darkness. So he has actually maintained that, and Stonespec apparently has kind of influenced him in this way of thinking. Maybe she hasn't, since Day Prince is her only child, I could see how she hasn't felt the need to make him feel less important. Part of her wanting to preserve his life is telling him why he should take care of himself and what he means to everyone. So I can see that. And then to stay collected. I think this is Stonespec's way of curbing that bloodthirst a little bit, or saying that, you know, yes, you might be more inclined to drawing blood whenever and wherever you can, but try and think beyond your blood rage and the haze of battle. Try and think beyond that for a moment and stay collected. Keep your calm. When you have to act, go for it. But before you decide to act, try and see things with a calm mind. Okay, that is great. But the fact that he's a fast runner and a talented swimmer, I do like the fact that he's kind of got like all-around skills. It's very nice, very nice. I actually really like Day Prince. I really do. Okay, let us check out the Medicine Cat Den. Oh, Buttercup Dusk is down, Stonespec is down, and Grayswipe is down. The two of them from heat stroke, one of them from heat exhaustion. Not good. Oddsnall was given elder leaves as treatment for sprain, and his sprain healed. So how many cats do we actually have down? I mean, I did just look at them, but we have Buttercup Dusk, Stonespec, Grayswipe, and then Bubbling Gill because he's grieving. But in actuality, we only have one cat down, Stonespec, who won't be able to go out and do stuff, but we just gained a warrior in Day Prince, so that's great. Okay, well, let's take a look at relationships to see what's happening there. Magpie Heart takes the sunny spot that Bubbling Gill was about to lay in. Plum Raven makes a snide remark about one of Bubbling Gill's friends. Daypaw asks how Dark Pounce's day is, but Dark Pounce's reply is kind of a bummer. Oddsnall compliments one of Dark Pounce's friends. Lystar admires Oddsnall's dedication. Buttercup Dusk tells Lystar that he was worried for him. Grayswipe gets hit with waves of envy whenever Rowan Pelt is laughing with friends. Grayswipe thinks Buttercup Dusk has interesting things to talk about. Plum Raven stops and thinks before assuming the worst of Daypaw. Plum Raven is giving Oddsnall a task. Plum Raven doesn't want Buttercup Dusk to overwork himself. Of course she doesn't, because she's in love with him. He's your colleague, Plumraven. Stop thinking about him like that. But then again, he did get heat stroke because he was probably working very hard. So she's probably fussing over him, but you should be careful not to fuss over him too much. Otherwise, your daughter, Stonespeck, is going to be looking at you sideways, Plumraven. And then how are you going to explain that, huh? Okay, Buttercup Dusk and Orchidshine realized they were the only ones that saw a shooting star. Buttercup Dusk and Lupine Claw always learn something new when they're together. How about the fact that she's a murderer? I know, I'm going on about it, but it's just such a huge part of identity now. Like Buttercup Dusk, do you talk about this? Is this something new that you learned about her? No? Okay. Pepper tells Stonespeck that he was worried for her. A big bug keeps buzzing around Rowan Pelt and Dark Pants, and oh my goodness, hold on a second. Back up. Peppa, right now, knows about Plumraven, Buttercup Dusk, and because of his unique position, I like to imagine that he notices everything that happens in politics, like in the political ranks. And so I wonder if Peppa felt as though he should say something, but he didn't know if he's close enough to say something. So he kind of just told Stonespeck that he was a little bit worried for her and if she was okay. And Stonespeck probably said that yes, it was just a little bit of a heat stroke, nothing too serious. But yeah, I think Peppa was checking in on her because of a heat stroke, but also trying to tell her that, be careful. Cloudfur lets Oddsnarl bring back Fresh Kill she caught on a patrol. Shadowswirl takes Pepper out to look at the stars, explaining the constellations to him. The way Oddsnarl jumps to help a clanmate makes Lupine Claw think she might not be all that bad. Oddsnarl helps Lyestar figure out how to word something. Orchidshine is making up a new clan with Rowan Pelt. Magpie Heart lets Daypaw bring back Fresh Kill he caught on a patrol. After Rowan Pelt says something seemingly innocent, Bonesong sulks for the rest of the day. Pepper and Magpie Heart reach for the same piece of prey and bicker over it. Pepper gets it, yep. Pepper tries to be nice to Magpie Heart, but Magpie Heart just doesn't want it. Even if they make some progress, they always end up getting into like a bitter argument, or what am I saying? They end up getting into some bickering, there we go, or arguments, stuff like that. And over the silliest things, I imagine. Daypaw flaked some sand over Pepper's Fresh Kill while he was eating. Oh, that's hilarious, because we keep saying that Magpie Heart and Daypaw, they both feel the same about Pepper being an outsider. They don't like him. So basically, Pepper and Magpie Heart fought over the same piece of prey, and then Pepper got it, and then Daypaw saw that Pepper got it, and he didn't like that. So then he flicked some sand over it while Pepper was eating. Oh, I love that. That is hilarious. And then Daypaw has his apprentice ceremony somewhere between here after that incident. And then Dayprance sees Cloudfur help a clanmate get unstuck from some brambles. Okay, I love that those were his final actions before he became a warrior. So petty. He threw sand in Pepper's food. Of course he did. Okay, well that's what we have for the events. So let me cut the recording and we'll pick up at the cat list. Let us resume with the cat list. Nothing has changed in terms of loyalties. We still have Pepper, Oddsnarl, Magpie Heart, Darkpants, and Gracepipe who are loyal to Lyestar. So let's just check up and see what everyone's doing for the day. Lyestar wants to get to know Daypaw better. Or I suppose he wants to get to know Dayprance better. Lyestar recently just promised another clan a whole bunch of his warriors should something happen with the dog on their border. So he's probably wanting to know, how capable is this new warrior that we have trained up. Plumraven pretends the mouse she's chasing is a bird and she's a hawk. Buttercup Dusk had a nice chat with a loner outside clan territory. Pepper is feeling a bit anxious after having been around so many cats at the last gathering. And probably he's feeling anxious because of the stuff he's noticing between Plumraven and Buttercup Dusk and, Stonespeck. He's feeling a bit stressed for his mate's sister. Cloudfur is hoping she finds an opportunity to slip back to her nest. Shadowswirl is thinking about how awful kitty pet food must taste. Stonespeck is dozing off, not really thinking much of the warning that Pepper is giving her. Rowan Pelt doesn't want to go on dusk patrol. Oddsnall is busy chastising clanmates, but no cat is sure what for. Orchidshine is worried Plum Raven is overworking herself. I mean, Plum Raven is feeling okay so far though, Orchidshine. So don't worry about her too much. She's feeling fine. Your grandmother is feeling fine. Yes, your grandmother is feeling fine. Lupine Claw is playing a prank on Pepper. I am so worried that in one of these pranks, she's accidentally gonna like stab Pepper or something, you know? Just claw his eyes out. Maybe his heart. Who knows? She'll probably have some help from her cousin, to be honest. I don't know how much Lupine Claw and Dayprance get along, but I would very much like them to stay apart from one another, because if Lupine Claw manages to rope a bloodthirsty Dayprance in, like our Dayprince, if she manages to rope our prince into whatever the heck she does, you know, all the dark things that's going on in her mind, I don't know what's going to happen to the future of this clan. So please stay away from him and try and be gentle when you're playing a prank on Peppa. Magpie Heart was startled by a shrew while out on patrol. I'm just thinking, guys, I could imagine Dayprance accidentally drawing blood from Peppa and then staring at this blood with so much fascination and interest, and then Lupine Claw looking at how fascinated Dayprance is with Peppa's blood and thinking to herself, ah, yes, he would make a great accomplice. Let us not go down that route, shall we? Bonesong was recently caught humming to himself. This is what I'm talking about. Dayprance draws blood during battle training and coldly says it was an accident. Oh, Dayprance. Oh, Dayprance. Dark Pounce is spending a considerable amount of time grooming, Bubbling Gale is wondering if kitty pet life is really so bad, and Grey Swipe is sitting in the shade trying to hide from the heat. And that's all we have for the cat list, so let us cut the recording here and jump into patrols. Okay, we are resuming with patrols. Our medicine cat is down, so Buttercup Dusk is not going to be going out anywhere. But this is Dayprance's first day as a warrior, so I'm very excited to see what he's going to get up to. We currently have 173 prey, and we need 44.5. So let's see what the Deputy Plum Raven has decided for the patrols. Okay, so we have Oddsnall, Dayprance, Rowanpelt, Shadow Swirl, Orchidshine, and Cloudfur, who have been assigned to go out on a patrol together. So let's see what they get up to. The patrol, every time I see this artwork come up, I get so scared because I think it has something to do with rogues, but no. The patrol is checking along the borderlines when they hear a startling sound, a hiss of pain. They quickly follow the sound to the source. It's Lona, one who appears to be injured. Proceed. The patrol approaches cautiously. The Lona lifts her head and asks for help. Cloudfur agrees. They can't leave a fellow cat to die. Batcave joined the clan. Your clan's reputation towards outsiders has improved. Okay, so a Lona that we are gonna say that we are help guiding to the exit. So help guide to the exit and let the Lona know. Or I suppose the Lona needs help, so we wouldn't be guiding them to the exit. We'd be guiding them from outside somewhere, outside the mountain, to the lightless cats where they can recover in safety. Maybe they're trying to escape something. So okay, let's go check out, see who this Batcave is. Okay, Batcave. What does Batcave look like when she's healthy? Oh, that's a pretty cat. That's some pretty coloring on that cat. So a female young adult with copper eyes, a rosette pelt, daring, and a good kid sitter. And she has a mangled leg and blood loss. Okay, so we're gonna help guide her to the lightless cats after, oh yeah, but we'll have to guide her straight away because we don't actually, a medicine cat is down, which means Buttercup Dusk can't really help her anyways, but hopefully the lightless cats have a medicine cat of their own. So we'll go ahead and show her where the lightless ones are under the mountain. And whatever caused her to have that mangled leg and blood loss is not going to be able to follow her inside the mountain. So there is that. Okay, sweet. Let us continue with patrols, Bone Song, Magpie Heart, Lupine Claw, Plum Raven, and Lyre Star. Let's have a look. As the patrol spreads out to hunt, Bone Song admits he thinks he had a vision from Star Clan last night. Proceed. The patrol talks to him about whether it was a real vision as they hunt. A medium amount of prey is brought to camp. Okay, we have 218 prey now, and that was it for patrols. So guys, we managed to have a very, I think, relaxed episode, and it was very nice to see Day Prince become a warrior, and I don't know, he's kind of like our Day Prince. I really like him. I really like him. He's a very, very pretty cat, and I think it helps that he looks quite different from a lot of the other cats we have. Like, we have had a ton of dark furred cats, you know, brown cats. Yes, we have Orchid Shine, who's a white cat. And then, you know, we do have cats like Cloud Fur and such. But amongst the litters, the new litters that have been born, I feel like we've had more darker coats. And because of that, I really like the sandy sort of color that Day Prince has, and his beautiful pale blue eyes, and the fact that his name sounds like Day Prince, and he kind of is a little prince of the clan. So many things about him I like. And it's fascinating that he's bloodthirsty, you know? That's a little twist to his otherwise perfect character. But that aside, guys, I am thinking, since we have finished like training up the apprentice, normally I don't like to skip moons or have an invisible moon, which is when I play off camera. I don't like having like invisible moons or playing off camera when we have apprentices or kittens, because I feel like they have such a small part of their lives that they're gonna stay that way. I want to be there for every single moon, and I want to show us every single moon. But when we have adult cats, because they can live for such a long time, then I feel okay when we don't have any kittens or apprentices in the clan to play off camera and skip a bit until we do have like a pregnancy notice. So what I'm gonna do now that Day Prince is aged up into a warrior, between this episode and the next one, I'm gonna play off camera until we get a pregnancy notice in the clan, and then we can resume and continue playing. Otherwise, who knows how long it's going to take us to get some good news. Like the season 2 might be over before we get any good news, you know? And I don't think we want that, because one of the most exciting things about ClanGen, obviously, is the kittens. So that's what I'm going to do, and when we come back, we'll be resuming from that. Because last time this happened, I had to play 7 moons off camera before we got a notice. I think from, was it Buttercup Dusk and Stone Speck? I had to play like 7 moons off camera before I got a notice. So we'll go ahead, try and do that. Was it between them, or was it the litter beforehand? I don't remember. One of the litters I had to play 7 moons. But I'm going to make sure that I do all this off camera, and when we come back next time, we will definitely have some good news, guys. And then also we'll probably, depending on what's happened, kind of catch up to see if anything's changed in terms of relationships with the cats, or if like anyone has died. We'll do all the updates then. But okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.